Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Carolina Amaya. I'm a student of modern languages at EAN University. And today I'm very glad and very proud to stand out a country which is a benchmark for Latin America. This country is Chile. I must confess that I've been never there, but it is well known for all of us that Chile is an amazing country. And definitely, I consider Chile is a good place for doing international business. Let me start for its motto, por la razón o la fuerza. This translates as by right or might. After a military regime led by General Augusto Pinochet in 1973, Chile returned to the democracy started in March of 1990. Although Chilean economy faces some main challenges as overcoming its traditional dependence on the price of copper, developing a self-sufficient food supply, and increasing its productivity, especially in the mining sector, it is already a benchmark for the region, by right or might. Now, Chile is the fifth most solid economy in Latin America. This privileged place could be due to Chile has 22 trade agreements covering 60 countries, including agreements in the United States, Mercosur, China, India, South Korea, and Mexico. But do you know do you know that Chilean economy has the most favorable external debt rating on the continent? By right or might, Chile is an economic model, admired and respected because of its competitiveness, agreements, and economic opening. Foreign investors have looked straight at Chile because it has consolidating as Latin America's most sustained economic growth and its open willingness to trade. Internationally, by right or might, it is recognized as a powerful differentiator that offers a free and dynamic market. It is reflected in the rankings of institutions that annually measure competitiveness worldwide. Well, let's continue with its political system. Remember, definitely Chile is the stable and sustainable economic model of Latin America. When World Bank states that in spite Chile launches ambitious structural reforms, continues being the Latin American benchmark progress. Chile is a regional leader due to democratic stability, so this guarantees a safe environment for doing business. A country with a world opening that promotes the free trade and looks for agreements with other countries, especially Europe, Asia, and United States. Data that I've said before. Besides, creates trading blocks. Under the economic field, Chile's economy is framed by the industrial and service sectors, and together contribute to more than 96% of the gross domestic product. So, we have that important data here. Chilean economy faces three main challenges as in overcoming its traditional dependence of the price of copper, since copper production represents 50% of the country's exports. Other challenge is agriculture, and the third challenge for this country is manufactured products. However, it enjoys significant rates in terms of competitiveness, economic freedom, finance development, and has established as the most dynamic economy in Latin America, characterized by a high level of foreign trade and reputation. Although Chile has a solid democracy, it has had to face many crisis periods that affected the global economy. By making decisions like setting up a strong reserve savings policy, which provides support and stability in its economy. So, well, I found that there are many reasons after this to invest in Chile. As I have been pointed out in this writing, Chile is the stable and sustainable economic model. One of the reasons is because Chile has a low political risk that makes investment opportunities very attractive. But why invest in Chile? Because Chile in the world ranks 13th in business climate, ranks 35th in competitiveness, ranks as well 30th in best countries for business, and ranks 48th in ease of doing business. So I think there are enough reasons, no? Just we analyze this, we consider that Chile represents a very strong economy for other countries. Here we go. Let's give concrete data. In the World Investment Report 2015, the UNCTAD ranked Chile as the world's 11th largest recipient of foreign direct investment, with an inflow that reached $20,457 million. This data is recovered by the Invest Chile agency. Talking about its legal system, well, Chile's capital is Santiago and its currency president is Michelle Bachelet, as everybody knows, since March 2014, with a population of around 18 million of people. Its currency is the peso. Its administrative division is comprised by 15 regions ruled by governors designed by the president. This government counts with 3 branches of government. The first is the executive, represented by the President of the Republic, elected by popular vote with 4-year term. The second is the legislative, composed by the Chamber of Deputies and Senate. And the third is the judicial, with 3 courts. Let's continue with an important topic when doing business in Chile. This is the business etiquette. It is very important to point out that business in Chile is formal, conservative, and strongly based on networks and personal relationships. So, if you are planning on doing business in Chile, you will find a strict hierarchy within companies stressing in contacts. Strangely, having success in business is often about who you know. Thus, I suggest taking into account the following. What you have to do. Have business cards ready to hand out when you meet someone. Don't expect any business decisions to be made right away. You will have to spend time building relationships and trust. Always be diplomatic and avoid criticizing someone openly or publicly. Can you believe that it is common to interrupt people while they are speaking? This is not considered as rude in Chilean business culture. Make direct eye contact with people when you meet them. And what you don't have to do there. Too many common hand gestures in conversations might be considered rude. Point or beckon your hand or even just your finger is considered very rude. Or hit your left palm with your right fist. This is an offensive gesture in Chile. Just pay attention on that. Do not address someone by their first name unless you are invited to do so. So, as this documented material has shown, as a conclusion, I certainly believe that by right or might, Chile always anticipates its crisis. For instance, the fall in oil prices. How? By encouraging renewable energy, which will represent 20% of energy by 2020. Chile moves in its key activity sectors such as mining, agriculture products, manufacture, where the highest rates of growing are in service sector with 77% and tourism sector, which has been growing last 2 years exactly, with at least 4.4 million of visitors. In terms of gross domestic product, Chile represents the 5th largest economy in Latin America, and as per World Bank, it is under the category of high income. Undoubtedly, Chile is a thriving country and keeps since the last decade in ongoing progress. Having come to the end of this presentation, I will open to solve any questions you may have. Thank you in advance for all your attention today. Bye-bye.